So, here is a story that I am really excited that I didn't post anything about before it was done because it's definitely worth it. So, about a month ago, maybe a little bit longer, I got a ticket because I was across the street from a Bank of America. At that point in time, my account had been compromised for fraudulent charges, so I couldn't use my debit card. So I said, "Oh, well, there's a Bank of America. Let me go across the street on Larchmont in the middle of the day, not a weekend, a weekday. Nobody is there. Keep that in mind. No one, not one person has driven across down Larchmont at all. Completely not busy. Anyway, so I say, oh, there's a Bank of America. Let me go across the street and withdraw money because I can't use my debit card. And I'd probably like to have money until I get a new one because currency is probably essential for survival when you are in Los Angeles, life, whatever. Anyway, I cross the street. I get a ticket for jaywalking. And not only do I get a ticket for jaywalking, but I also unfortunately drag my best friend at the time across the street with me, and he gets a jaywalking ticket too. And I beg the officer, I say, please don't let this guy get the ticket because it's not his fault. Like, I physically grabbed him and said, let's go. And he said no, so whatever. Anyway, so I get this jaywalking ticket, and I'm like, oh, fuck this. Like, it probably isn't going to be that much money, though. And it turns out that it was $197. So I was like, okay, I'm going to fight it because there's no way in hell this officer is going to show up to court and actually, like if he's subpoenaed, like he's probably just not going to come to court. And I'm just going to go in for my arraignment, not pay the fine, plead for a trial, take it to trial, have him not show up, and then get the charges dropped. So easy, duh. Why? That's why so many people do it. No one does it because it's not easy. Because I actually had to take a half a day off of work yesterday to go all the way down to court to wait for 2 hours for them to even open the doors. Like, don't tell me to be there at 1:30 if you really mean 2:45. Anyway, side note, like, whatever. So I go to court, and not the judge, but somebody that just worked for the courthouse explained many, many things that should be posted somewhere online, because that sure would have saved me a lot of time, saying that if you plead not guilty, you still have to pay bail. So even if I said that I was not guilty for jaywalking, which I was, but I wanted to fight it because it's a stupid ticket, I would have to pay bail, which would probably be more than what my ticket was anyway. And then if I took it to trial, even if the charge was dropped, I would have to then pay a penalty assessment or a court fee, which would be more money than the ticket. So this is what's awesome. So basically, if you really aren't guilty of something and you get a ticket for it and you want to fight it, you'll pay more money than the ticket is actually worth in court fees, even if you're not guilty, which is so cool about our judicial system. Yay! Anyway, so I said, fuck this, I'm just going to plead guilty. And so I line up luckily I was one of the first people to be called because I would have been there all day if I wasn't. And the judge actually read my sentence, or my charge, which was jaywalking, and laughed at me because it was so stupid. So here you have a judge laughing at the charge, meaning it shouldn't be a charge, but whatever. So he reduced my sentence, or my fine from $197 to $25. And I was like, sweet, that's awesome. Look at me go. But then there were court fees, which brought my charge back up to $195. So I went to court and wasted a half a day and my entire time to pay $2 less than the original ticket. So that's my story. Don't cross the street where there's no crosswalk. I don't care how unbusy it is. It's not worth it. That is an expensive ticket. This was the stupidest thing that I've done all week, but it's only Thursday, so we will see. Bye bye.